What's going on, guys? King Trats here, back in the video on the channel, and today we have got another episode in the highest rated series. This time we went to the highest rated Peruvian restaurant in my area. It is known as El Chevere. It's a long name. El Chevere, Anticucheria y Polleria. Most people around here call it El Chevere. I've eaten here a bunch of times, but I haven't had it in years. It has a 4.6 star rating on DoorDash out of 970 ratings. That is very good. I also know, just because I'm from the area and have heard of it, that a lot of people do eat here and have eaten here in the past, including myself, which I'll get into later. An anticucheria or anticuchos is just basically translated, it means anti-style cuts, but more or less, they're popular and inexpensive meat dishes. They originated in the Andes Mountains, Peru, get it? So that's what it means. In Polleria, it's like a chicken joint. That's all that means. But anyway, if you are digging the highest rated series, you want to see more of that stuff, more of the highest rated stuff, more content, hit a like, subscribe, thumbs up, all of that cringy YouTube stuff. Now, I'm familiar with some of these dishes. Some are new and I haven't gotten before. So I guess I'm going to start with the tried and true. It is probably the most well-known and recognized Peruvian dish by people who don't really eat Peruvian food, but that is the one sitting right in front of me. That is Lomo Saltado. It is a Peruvian stir fry. It does consist of tomatoes, peppers and onions, steak. It's a stir fry. A lot of times also comes with French fries, papas. That's what it's supposed to come with. Let me hold one up for you. They are French fries in here. Now, this is packaged, obviously, so it's not gonna look as good as if I got it from the store, but I didn't even break this bad boy up. I gotta get in here. Where's my fork? All right, let's get in here. I love Lomo. This is actually a very requested one too. People are like, trying Peruvian food. Y'all must not know about me, because I'm gonna tell you, I'll get into that in a minute, but let me get some of that. I gotta get the Lomo with the sauce, the juice. Extra, yeah. What were we saying? I'm drooling. Not so little. Now, normally, when you serve this and you get it to the restaurant, the rice is usually kind of in a cup position because they plop it down. So the Lomo is on the side, and what I usually will do is just kind of mix it to get that juice from the steak, that stir-fry juice that comes with it. But here, they've got the white rice on the side, but you can still see I'm getting plenty with the... Y'all hear that? I'm sorry. This takes me back, man. This takes me back. I've made Lomo a few times. Obviously, they're going to do it better than me, but it's just very hearty, very savory, very delicious dish. You'll find in a lot of Peruvian cooking it has a Chinese influence, history lesson, whatever. Peru had a big influx of Chinese immigrants in the mid-1800s, and because of that, they have a cuisine that has a lot of Chinese influence. I know from making Lomo Saltado that one of the ingredients in it is soy sauce. There is a region or a cuisine in Peru that is known as chifas, which is like from the Chinese immigrants starting and opening their restaurants, people taking to it, and then kind of getting the influence from the other places in Peru and making their own cuisine. That's enough history for today. It's delicious. The best part is when you let that rice get that sauce, and you just let it just get the love in there. And it just, why am I eating rice with a fork? It's kind of hard. This alone is a meal. I've eaten Lomo Saltado so many times. From this place, so many times. All right, mix me. Their steak, not chewy, melts in your mouth. And the rice, obviously, when you get that sauce in there, the acid from the tomatoes to cut through it. If you've never had Peruvian food, I suggest you try it if you can get access to it. Luckily, I live obviously in a very culturally diverse area, and though there are similarities with other Latin American or South American cooking, that Chinese influence has given and a whole different flavor and kind of profile. I could literally just sit here and eat this. Also, what I love, they have this spicy, it's not really that spicy, but it has some spice to it, green sauce. And I kind of just put it on everything. What I used to do though, and I didn't get it this time, but I used to just boil a half a chicken, roasted chicken, and I would just take it off and dip it in the sauce, and that was like dinner. And then order a white rice. I'm gonna wait till Fast and the Furious out there stops. Give me a second. All right, Vin Diesel's gone. So let me get some of that. I call it green sauce. I know there's a specific name for it, but ain't nobody got time for that right now. Let me get a little more right here. Let me just show you. Slice. Vin. Spicy, also very refreshing. So good, man. This is gonna be another one of those times where it's very hard for me to move on to the next dish. Okay, like 2 more, I swear. The papas, the French fries. They just add like this bite, and the fries soak that juice up. Now, when I make my lomo, I would usually let my fries get a little more cooked so that they're still kind of crunchy, but not much. Usually when I get it from restaurants, they don't do that, but that's a personal preference. Sorry, like last one, because I said 2 more, and I'm pretty sure this is like 2. It's probably 3, but we move. That tomato, that acid, oh man. It's just a party. Okay. Moving on to my next one that I've had all the time. Also very popular. I have the chaufa mix, chaufa rice. Now, chaufa rice is also got the influence from Chinese food. It's stir-fried rice. Obviously, the profile is going to be a little bit different, but it's very similar. How it's cooked, how it's prepared. You'll get egg. I got the mix, so I have beef and shrimp, a little bit of vegetables in there. But it's like so hard to explain why it's so good. All right, where's my spoon, bro? I'm not forking rice, bro. No. Where's my spoon? Yeah, got me a little flimsy spoon. There we go. That's what we want. A little tiny ass flimsy spoon to show y'all what's going on with this. But this is the chaufa rice. You know that green sauce is gonna go on there in a minute too. Yeah. These 2 meals right here. At one point in my life, I ate about 2 or 3 times a week, and I'm not exaggerating. It was my comfort food. I've told briefly this story a few times, but back in 2014, my house that I had just moved in burned down. It was not a good time for me, obviously, and I was living in hotels, me and my puppy at the time. I'm not going into detail, had went through like a pretty bad breakup at the time too. So, a lot of times because I didn't have access to a stove, it's where I gained weight the most when I was really heavy. Because I spent a lot of time ordering takeout and not doing anything. So having this was one of the things I ate the most, was actually El Chevere. I would get one of these 2, a chicken, and the green sauce. And it was like my comfort food at the time. Everybody knows kind of what emotional eating is, right? It made me feel better. So having this kind of brings me I'm like, it's okay. Everything's good. Even though I'm in a different mindset and place in life. But that's why I've had this so much. And I haven't really had it since. Let me get into this while I'm here. Inca Kola. If you don't know about Inca Kola, it is one of my favorite drinks. Served at a lot of Latino restaurants. Caribbean as well. Similar to Cola Champagne. What does it taste like? Gold. It has a distinct taste, man. Oh, man. That is just... Now I'm having memories. Woo! Alright, let me get a little green sauce on here too. Bop! It's so good. Like I said, very similar to Chinese food when you get like fried rice, but a little bit different of a flavor profile. Not as heavy on like the soy sauce. And like the vegetables are a little bit different. But you ask most people who have had chowfa rice, like they're like, oh no, chowfa rice is better. Like it's just as good. And even though my spoon sucks, meal in and unto itself. How much does it cost? I don't know. You can get a regular thing of chowfa rice for about $10. Start adding shrimp and beef and all that stuff like I did. The mix it goes up to about 15. I know people ask about the price points a lot, but that's what you're gonna get. More of like a fast casual price point. None of this stuff is gonna cost you $5. It's gonna run you between 10 and 15 a meal, unless you're getting. I ordered this as well. This is just white rice. Okay. Arroz blanco, white rice. This is like $2-3, but I mean, that's just because I'm sure I'll eat rice this week and I don't feel like making it, and it's just steamed rice. It's so hard to stop eating this stuff. I never ate this one. That's damn good. I don't know what the hell it is. Okay. That's damn good. This is on everything. Don't give me one of those, give me like 7 of the green ones. The green one's definitely more popular. Ooh. I've never had, I've had El Chevere like 50 times. Never did I get the other sauce. Never even thought about it. Usually they give you a little like paper bag, and it's got like 5 or 6 of these, but I ordered more sauce, and they put that one in there. Now I've had the the green sauce. I've had this one a lot, which is like salsa verde. And now when I looked at my receipt, it just said ají. That's all it said. So it didn't even tell me what it was, so I can't even look it up. I'll tell you what it is though. Let me just turn this on a little real quick. I'm gonna move on. It's delicious. Shut the Let me get one of these. Give me camarones. Give me another camarones. Shrimp. Sheesh. Okay. Stop eating! Move on. Not quite moving on. Actually, I forgot. They threw in a large order of beans frijoles. That's what it says. It says large frijoles on there. I'm just gonna eat some of this on the stuff. Now, normally you would eat this with like chicken and just like white rice, but I don't have any chicken. Every time I have food like this, I'm like, yo, I should find like a Peruvian person and marry them. I do everything. Everything. I have sushi. I want to marry a girl with the sushi. I'm just not getting married, bro. I'm gonna be polyamorous, isn't that what it is? Have like 7 girlfriends. I'm just kidding. Who just cook, and then we'll do mukbangs with the food. What are we saying? Who wants in? Let's do that. Anyway, moving on to one of our last entrees, because I started with an entree instead of the appetizer. We have got here tallarín saltado. Now, saltado is the stir-fried aspect of it. The internet, again, make sure that I get this 100% accurate, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I'm going to read it. Tallarín saltado is a spicy Latin Asian fusion dish you can make at home. Walk the streets of Lima, Peru, you'll be hard-pressed not to find a Chinese restaurant serving up steaming bowls of fried rice or fried noodles, which is what this is. Now, mine has saltado, same idea. It has beef as well, and chicken, though. I did get the combo, so let me just get into this. The one thing I noticed is the noodles. I'm pretty sure this is spaghetti. I'm not complaining, but this is stir-fried spaghetti. Spaghetti. It's what I thought. I'm gonna have to do this another time too. I heard that they're doing there a tallarín that is like a verde, like green. Take the noodles out of rice out of this and add noodles. That's what you got. Much more filling. Just noticing. And the price point is the same. A little weird that it's spaghetti. I don't know if that's really how it comes or if they just do it with spaghetti there, because it's the first time I'm having it. And I'm trying to go to the bottom because a lot of times when you order stuff, these sauce like heads onto the bottom. You know what we could do? That is really good. Flavor's the same as this. But you know what, wheels are turning, because I want to do the verde. I happen to have some verde. So let's not ruin the whole damn thing. Put some verde. Let's see what the verdict is. Let's see what we're saying. The one thing I've always remembered about having food like this, having Peruvian food specifically, like I said, this is the restaurant I ate at all the time. It is so filling. Now, I know most people are going to say, oh, well, you eat so much and you're right. I'm agreeing with you. But back when I was eating this, I did not eat the way that I eat now. Ironically, I was much heavier. But everything that they make is rice and pasta, stir fry, and carbs, and papas fritas, french fries. You can get an order of Lomo Saltado, and I guarantee you the average person will be full if they just have this right here. And that's the one thing, you get a lot of bang for your buck. Now, carbs obviously are the inexpensive part of a meal, and that is why a lot of places use a lot of carbs. If there's a whole box of pasta in here, it still costs them $1. When you add all the ingredients up, the bulk of this is pasta. If they're selling this here for $15, you can see the profit margin here. I'm not going into business, but that is why a lot of places and a lot of inexpensive eats are predominantly stuff like this. Because if you get like a churrasco, like a skirt steak, it's gonna run you like $20, $30. It's different. It's very good. I still prefer the OG. That's just what I'm used to. And as many of you probably know, if you're not watching for the first time, I'm a huge fan of rice. I eat rice all the time. So, rice is still a goat. I think if they do like a verde one, it's gonna bang. It should be so good, man. Y'all need to just come and get this. Get it away from me. Alright, one more. Also, funny and true story. The area I live, obviously very culturally diverse. concentration of Latin, Hispanic, Latino people, Peruvians, or every South American country you can think of. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And a lot of my friends over the years, including myself, every time that I would date like a Colombian girl or a Peruvian, so on, I'll start gaining hella weight because they be feeding you stuff like this all the time. And you see what I'm doing right now? You can't stop eating it. That's the vibe. You used to go over there and eat sometimes with family, or they would have leftovers. The whole table full of food. You know I'm eating. And I thought of this because there's a challenge now on TikTok. Like, there's a lot of men and women that are showing what they look like before and after they got in a relationship. And sometimes there's a weight gain. It's hard, man. It's hard in these streets. Stay single. Anyway, let me move on to this, because this is something I've never had. It was done as a suggestion, and I really want to try this. This yellow concoction that you see here is actually known as Yuca a la Huancaina. Now, normally it's papa, potatoes a la Huancaina, but I was told to get the Yuca because it holds up better in the sauce. But let me tell you what it is. It's a Peruvian appetizer of boiled yellow potatoes, in this case Yuca, in a spicy, creamy sauce called Huancaina sauce. Although the dish's name is derived from Huancayo, a city in the Peruvian highlands, this dish is from Lima. It has become a staple of everyday and holiday cuisine throughout the country. Dope. Now, I'm very interested to see what the hell is going on in here, because, whoa. Yuca. You ever had Yuca? Do you know what Yuca? Shut up. I can see why they said to get the Yuca. For sure. It's so like... Sheesh. I have to clean my table, we're fine. That's damn good though. Kind of spicy, very creamy. And the Yuca definitely holds up in that sauce. If this was papas and potatoes, I'll give you prime examples. I'm gonna grab one out of here. You see what happens? Like, they don't hold up well because they'll get soggier. This is holding up. I can tell why this is also an appetizer. Also looks like I'm making out with like mayonnaise. For sure, because it's very rich. It's delicious, but you definitely need to share that, because the texture of the sauce is like thick. You can see it just sitting in my freaking mouth. Comes with boiled eggs too. Alright, let me get one of these then. You know what it tastes like? Spicy egg salad. Or potato salad. That's tough to eat a lot of though. That's something you need like one or two. It's so rich. Like this is probably so inexpensive to make, but I can just show you. I know a lot of people are like, this looks nasty. It really isn't. It's actually damn good. But the sauce itself is like, the consistency is like thick. Like melted ice cream thick. Milkshake thick. I also feel like this would go well with other stuff. Maybe I'm also a person who can't eat a lot of Yuca. I'm so sorry it's all over my mouth. I know it's not sexy. I'm not trying to be. But heavy. All this food is so heavy. I can see why this is an appetizer. You don't ever get this as an entree. If you're sharing this with a bunch of people, you have 1, 2, 3, you'll be like, this is good, but you're not going to want to have the whole thing because you will be full in 5 seconds. 100%. Definitely should have started with that and not finished with it, because I'm nearing the end as far as like amount that I can and should eat. And having that right now is making me like, because I'm at that point. And I don't want to spoil dessert, which is what you see right here. Y'all, if you've never, it's a thing. It's what you see here, you can't tell what's in it. And I've never seen it made this way. But what you see here is arroz con leche. Now, I know the direct translation of arroz con leche is like rice with milk, but it's actually rice pudding. With that being said, I have had a lot of rice pudding in my life. Never Peruvian, I've had Mexican. It never looks like this. It usually looks a lot thicker. And I don't know if that's like a normal thing or or what, but this is why we try things and this is why I'm doing this. So let me get in here. Okay, it's a little bit, I had to stir it up. It's a little bit like creamier than I'm noticed to seeing. Usually there's got like a cinnamon in there and it's very sweet, like rice pudding. But the ones I had tasted more like horchata, which is like rice milk, that Mexican. But y'all see, it's kind of runny, which I've never seen before. But we're gonna do it. It does taste like that. It does taste like that. Definitely gives you like that same horchata cinnamon kind of taste. Cinnamon's very strong in here. I don't like the texture though. I like my rice pudding thicker than this. And the runniness is kind of throwing me off. Like I'm drinking it. You know what I mean? Which I'm definitely not used to. Now, the taste is superb. But the runny, because of the runny, I probably wouldn't get this again. I like the way it tastes though, so it's like a weird thing. It's just like the texture is just throwing me off. So, yeah. I feel like I should have strained the rice off and drank it like horchata. That's what I feel like, you know what I mean? So it's like just throwing me off. I like it. I like the taste. But I'm not used to the runny. So I wouldn't get it again. I feel like straining that, pouring it through a strainer and drinking the damn milk though. You've never had horchata, like try it, it's delicious. All in all, definite nostalgic comfort food that I'd like to have again. The Lomo, the Chaufa, the Lomo Saltado, and my extremely rich friend over here. All good. Good beans, just good comfort food, man. If you live in my area, you probably had this already, and you're gonna tell me either go someplace it's better, which I get. I'm not proving, I'm sure. But for me, this is just like my OG, like my main chick, my lady. And I love it. Good to be back. Like I said, this brought me back kind of like to where I was back then. Not in a sad way, but in a comfort way. Really good food. Definitely recommend it. Definitely see why people have gone there for years. It's been around for a long time. Just, next time I'll probably get tres leches, the cake. Not that. Because that's not pudding. That's like rice. Not pudding. That's not pudding. That's rice milk. Doesn't matter though. Anywho, that is going to be the end of the video. If I can ever peel my freaking face away from this. Is there any more shrimp in here? Come on. No camarones? No? No? I don't think, no? Okay. I ate them all. Okay, stop eating. Stop eating. Delicious food. I suggest you find a Peruvian restaurant. Give it a shot. Definitely do Lomo Saltado. Anywhere you go. It's a staple. Then you can kind of build off of that. That's going to end the video. We'll be back tomorrow. Y'all know the vibe. I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it. Que cosa? I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.